Well, this is Makangwa in central Tanzania. It's a very poor area where people are living off the land, but one possible route out of poverty is through education. Now, these students here are all at this primary school, which in theory is free, but even the school uniform and the books, they have to contribute, the families have to contribute a bit, and that can be prohibitive. Now, at the moment in this part of Tanzania, there's been a prolonged drought, and you can see it's a very, very dry environment. It's getting more and more difficult for people to get water. They have to walk long distances. And if we come up and have a look in this classroom here, this has now been turned into a storeroom for food aid. There are sacks of maize and other crops here which have been donated by the World Food Programme. But the fact that people are so keen to get an education means that you get staggering teacher-student ratios. If we walk into this classroom here, in here there are 103 students. Now, there's no provision whatsoever for students with special needs at this school, and certainly for anybody who's visually impaired, there's no opportunity for any extra help. But just a few kilometres down the road, there is a chance and a sign of hope. Well, this is Mvumi High School, and at this school there are 9 students who are visually impaired. They're getting some sponsorship, but one of the problems they face is during the day they can't take down notes, not being able to see the blackboard. So they come here later in the day and team up with a buddy, a classmate, and here we've got Aloysia, who's dictating notes to Fadila, who's putting them into her braille machine, one way of keeping up. Then just a bit further around here, another couple of students, again in their first year. This is Sospita, who's inputting into the braille machine, and his friend Faraji reading out the notes so that both of them can keep up and not miss part of the curriculum. Well, I'm joined now over here, if we come round, by one of the people who's really helping these students. This is Ernest Mbilu. Ernest is a special needs teacher here. Now tell me, Ernest, none of the other teachers in this school can read braille, so when these students do their homework, do you have to help and help so that the other teachers can mark the homework? What do you do?
The students, they have attended their homework, I have to translate it because they write in braille, so I have to translate it in normal writings. As you can see right here, I have translated the work. After the translation, I have to send it to the teacher who is teaching that particular subject.
It's a very laborious process. Now I understand also you're not very well equipped here as far as resources go. Tell me about the situation, say, with the textbooks.
Actually, we have the problem in textbooks. Up to now, we don't have even a single one textbook.
Not a single textbook in braille?
Yeah, that's written in braille. So actually it's a problem to teach the students without the textbooks.
And I know that you sometimes make your own materials so that they can keep up in the other subjects, like maps. I've seen you making maps with ridges on so that the students can actually keep up and understand the maps.
Yes, I'm used to make that so that the students cope with the other students, because the other students has got maps, has got pictures in their textbooks. So with me, I have to try my best to make sure that I prepare some.
And this is actually a map of Tanzania, and Ernest, you've put sand here on the areas which are different lakes so that the students can feel around and get a sense of where the lakes are in position on the country. Well, as you can see, it is a very difficult, laborious process, and it does need the help of a specialist teacher. Now, for so many students who are visually impaired, they don't get a chance to get to a school like this, but at least those here do have a chance of perhaps going on to tertiary education and having a career that they can be proud of.